Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to try to do the EV estimated value for each game as well as compare those to stats, and I'm going to see if I can find or even pick the games that I feel like are the best to bet on for today in NCAA basketball. So let's get to it. And if you don't know what your estimated value as far as teams is concerned, then that's really where I'm going to bring up the stats, and I'm going to try to determine the stats that I have to try to evaluate a team and see if they could cover or not cover. So let's start off with a couple of teams that are extremely outranked. You have Lehigh versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin is, I believe, actually ranked 22. You have Lafayette or Louisiana versus McNeese State, and you have Alabama versus Colorado, North Alabama versus Colorado. So those teams are outranked. Obviously, Lafayette is leading the rankings over McNeese State, and you have Colorado and North Alabama, and Colorado is leading the rankings over North Alabama. I think there is 200 plus as far as power rankings. Now, the only one in those three categories is this Louisiana and McNeese State. I do like McNeese State to cover that 12.5. McNeese State, they have been facing some extremely tough teams. Baylor, they got Tennessee, and they got Iowa State. Baylor's ranked 15, Tennessee's ranked number 3. Iowa State this year is 46. And this Louisiana team, I think they're like 100 and something. So I do like McNeese State to cover, and then if you could see that negative 105, you're getting a discount. So if you want Louisiana, if you see this negative 15, there's a 10% disadvantage to pick Louisiana to cover this spread. With everything I just said, McNeese State has been facing some tough teams. Their last game was tough against Iowa State. And I do think that they are capable to be within 12 points. So this plus 12.5 is a good game. Now, Wisconsin, me personally, I don't like betting plus 22.5 against Wisconsin, but everything that I did see, they can do it. They can do it. Me personally, I don't like betting in double digits. 23.5 with Wisconsin because they're slow pace. I have a problem with slow pace teams myself. This Colorado team, I wish their offense was a little better, but they do have the defense. They do have the rankings. They have been facing some tough teams. I do think that this 23.5 at a discount at 104 is a good bet. Now, it's like I said, it's a discount. So if you want the 23.5, to understand now, obviously they think that 23.5 is a bit much for Colorado because they're giving them a discount at 104, negative 104. Now they think that 23.5 is actually a good bet for Northern Alabama because they're juicing you for a little more money. So that's how you can determine. Same thing with here. As you can see with the under, they think the under is a good bet at this point because they're juicing you for 10%. So it's a 10% advantage if you want to bet the over, but it's a 10% disadvantage if you want to bet the under right now as far as EV or estimated value is concerned. So now I do think that with the stats, actually no. The stats aren't giving me enough to bet Colorado with this 23.5 to cover that. Now the stats are giving me enough to indicate that Colorado can win this for the negative 8,000. And also with Wisconsin, I'm not getting enough from my stats to justify this negative 23.5. I am, however, with everything that I did see, with the 12.5 to justify the 105. I did see enough from McNeese State to justify a 12.5 because of the games that they played, and I think those stats are kind of swayed a little bit. Now, can McNeese State win it? It might be a good game. This might be a good round robin right here with McNeese State and Louisiana. If you want to do a, let's say for instance, all right, here, let's knock those off. I'll come back to those. Wisconsin McNeese State for the win, and a Colorado game. Do a round robin. Let's say we put $100 on that. 133. I do like those two teams to win. I think obviously those two teams are the best option to pull it out. And again, 133. Oh, that's $10. 100, 1,000. I think that's the best bet right there. That's the best one right there as far as estimated value. I probably won't do 3. That's pretty much, so that's probably like 150 for $669. And if you lose, obviously, they give you 1. But again, that's a good bet right there, in my opinion. Now, let's get back to the other games that I did have the parlay on. So here we go. Looking at EV. So we have Elon versus Presbyterian. And now we have, this number went up. So I was looking at this number a little earlier. It was at 190. Now it's at 230. So now there's a lot of money coming on this team, on the home team. And there's a actual discount for Elon. So, I mean, tell you the truth, everything's pointing to the home team winning. And if you're going to make a bet, that's the bet. These stats are extremely close. Can Elon stay within the +5.5? And looking at my stats, I didn't see a huge disadvantage for any team. So, except for Presbyterian, they actually have a 10% advantage as far as assist turnovers and 3-point shooting. But as far as 2 points, Elon is right there in with them, and they're close in stats. So if you're going to do anything, I mean, if I was going to bet this game, I'll do the +5.5 with Elon. And again, but if you want to do Presbyterian, you could do this, plus you can do another team down here. Let's say, for instance, or you could do something like this with the round robin again. 25. Give you 20. I mean, that'd give you 426. I mean, I do like Colorado, obviously, for the win. The money line, McNeese, and then you got Presbyterian. Like, again, you can do something similar like that, or back to slip. Let's take these out. Or going down here, I do like this UC Irving game. UC Irving, they got the defense. The rankings are pretty close. The only thing about UC Irving is they're playing away. Obviously, teams that play away has a little bit of a disadvantage, but they do have the defense. UC Irving can stick in there. I do like UC Irving with the +102 if that's the bet you want to make. But as far as the plus 1.5, I mean, in my opinion, I'm not really sure about that. Looking back at the stats for UC Irving again, like I said, they have the defense. They're averaging just as many 2-pointers. UC Irving can come out with this game. And as far as my numbers is looking, I have UC Irving winning this game 70-68. Now again, that's not a complete science. It may be around there, but I do think this game is going to be close to the wire, especially with that Elon and Presbyterian game. I have that game close as well. I don't see a huge advantage from any team except for Elon. They haven't won a game against a ranked team this season, just so you know. And Northern Alabama, they haven't been blown out by more than 21, 22 points this season, but there is a catch to that. Let's go back. Northern Alabama versus Colorado. They haven't been blown out by a team by 21 points or more this season, but there's a catch. They haven't played a ranked team like Colorado, who beat a really high ranked team. I think they played against Tennessee and they beat Tennessee. Don't quote me on that. I have to look at it. But yeah, that's the only catch to it. So with that being said, the bets that I did show you are pretty good. Again, if you like Presbyterian, go ahead, bet them, but try to put them in a two-leg parlay because this number is kind of juicing. And if you're going to take the points, I say take the points because I think it's going to be close. And right now, you're not getting an advantage as far as price. So if you want an advantage in price, again, that's kind of crazy right there. That's a 15% or 10% disadvantage for Wisconsin to bet this 20, not Wisconsin, for Lehigh if you want to get it in 23.5. I do like Wisconsin in this game, but again, the points and as far as pace is concerned, I can't trust it. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Again, Chattanooga's playing away. Chattanooga's a little more experienced, so if you're going to take the plus 5.5, the 105 is actually pretty good. Going back down, I like McNeese. I'm going to do the 12. And I even might do the round robin thing that I did show. UC Irvin, I do like the defense for UC Irvin. I think this game is going to be close. If I can tease this number up, I think UC Irvin has the advantage. And yeah, tease it up for what, 4.5, which probably give you 6 points for UC Irvin and McNeese. Put these two teams in a teaser, and you're getting this average. You're getting a discount with this game. Put in a teaser real fast, and as you can see, 17.5 and 6.5. And McNeese State has been playing against some tough teams this year, so that is an option. Also, I mean, if you're going to take the 1.5, you might as well go with the 102 for the win for UC Irvin. That's just my opinion. And Seattle and Oregon State, I've been looking at this game. Obviously, Oregon State, let me go back. Let's see who has the advantage in this one, actually. So the advantage is going to the away team at the moment. As far as scores, I do have Seattle 73-65 winning. But again, you know, they are away, maybe a little closer, 8% disadvantage, 73-65. It's probably going to be a little closer than that. So if you're going to pick a winner, 125 isn't bad, even though they are juicing you for that difference right there, almost a 21%. So you get a 21% discount with Oregon State if you want to pick Oregon State. But as far as the win, can Seattle win playing away? Stats are close. And looking at the percentage of home teams, obviously you have Oregon State with the advantage at the moment. If you're going to pick a bet, Oregon State is the bet. Again, as far as the stats is concerned, there is no huge advantage. I'm just looking at the defense side, and the defense says that Seattle will win, but they're away, and the game is going to be extremely close. So if you do want to pick a side, and if you want to pick the best side, go with discount, but you have a bunch of money on Seattle to win this game. But that's all I have. Again, the best that I did show you, the round robin, that might be a good one, and the two-team parlay. Also, I had this one right here, this with Presbyterian. And I had those two. Obviously, let's go back to slip. And hit the parlay, so you can risk only a half a unit. See, that number went up, so that 230 actually went up. Before it was like 190, and you do a half a unit, it'll give you actually 100. So you can bet half a unit to reduce your risk if you do like that play. Now, again with this one, right? I do like McNeese in this one. as far as the spread is concerned, not for the win, but for the spread. But that's a good round robin bet. And this one right here, as far as the spread is concerned, if you do 50 bucks with this, again, half a unit, you can get a full unit plus some. So that is a good estimated value or a good bet as far as in the future. But I mean, as far as my EV estimated value for these teams is concerned. But that's all I have for this video. I'm gonna put out another video tomorrow, and I'll follow these teams. Now, I didn't make a bet today. I'll probably get back in it. I want to say maybe after the holidays or maybe before. It depends. Christmas time is rolling around. But if I do see a bet, I am going to bet and I am going to show you guys. But this is a little test that I'm testing out right now. I know this video is a little long, but I feel like it's a bunch of good information that I picked up that I'm going to start screening into my bet as well. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, share, and most importantly, guys, bet wisely.